Tonight, we're talking about the best single barrel bourbons that money can buy. And the best part about my list is you can actually find these. Welcome back to Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner, and today we're discussing single barrel store picks. Now, I love finding phenomenal store picks. To me, these bourbons are some of the best bourbons money can buy. Now, and these brands I'm going to be going over in this video are absolutely amazing, and the standard offerings of these bottles are spectacular. But the exciting thing about a store pick is it's going to offer you a unique flavor profile that's different than the standard offering. And to me, the kind of off-profile, store picks you can get from these bottles absolutely have hit home runs. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the list. So, the first one I'm going to go over, I'm going to pull out the 1792 Foolproof. Now, I was actually able to get a foolproof pick while I was out in Colorado. Paid about $55 for the foolproof pick out there. This bottle right here is sensational. This is a Virginia ABC store pick. I was actually just able to pick this this bottle up the other weekend. Now, when you're talking about 1792, it's a Barton product, so you're going to be getting a lot of that nut. The thing that I love about this bottle, you have no nutty profile in this bottle. It all comes off. It's like a berry caramel chocolate sweetness, which just, is an absolute home run. So, love this bottle. The normal foolproof is really good. Honestly, if you're asking me, I'd take the bottle and bond over the normal foolproof if I have to buy one of the regular ones. But if I see the bottle and bond pick or foolproof pick, all day going with the foolproof pick. And again, these are about $50, and I got this one in Virginia, saw one in Colorado, saw them in New York. So these are very findable bottles, and the best part about them is you can get a fruity profile instead of like a nutty profile, which I think can be what drives some people away from these. So pick one of these up next time you see it. So the next one I'm going to go to, this bottle, it took me a little bit of time to find one of these, because I just had to figure out kind of where to look for these. But once I found them, amazing. This is the Old Forester single barrel strength. So Old Forester heat cycles their warehouse. These things, around like 4 to 5 years old. This one's, around 132 proof. This one is actually is a little family selection. I got this one up in New Jersey. This bottle here is like a banana, like a banana fruit sundae, if that makes any sense. Like the brulee banana that you're getting off this bottle is sensational. The normal 1920, if you're a fan of those, this bottle here blows them out of the water. You're getting a little bit more of that, like that fruity red berry profile. You're getting that, the Old Forester banana note there. It's coming in like super strong. It's very viscous on the palate, so you're getting more of like a vanilla ice cream note. Very desserty with this bottle. Highly recommend it. I paid $99 for this, so definitely more than the than the 1792 Foolproof. But again, $100 for this. This tastes like special occasion whiskey here. So I've seen these around. Some places will mark them up to $200. Definitely don't pay $200 for this bottle. But I hear you can find them for less than $100. I personally haven't. I've been able to pick up 2 or 3 of these, over the last 2 years, and I've paid $99 for every single one. So again, phenomenal bottles. Highly recommend these if you haven't. So the next bottle I'm going to be going over is, don't want to get any hate for this. This one's actually this is probably the most difficult one from the bunch to find. This is an Eagle Rare store pick. So now, this one I actually got from California. I was out there about 1.5 years ago. what is this? Cask, I think was the store that I was in. Got this one out in San Francisco. Um, but yeah, so Eagle Rare, 10-year, 90 proof bottle, absolutely amazing. You get a lot of the oak, red berry notes. And the thing I love about the store picks is that red berry gets a little bit darker and you get more of like a grapey flavor out of this bottle. And huge fan of the grape note. I've been able to find that in basically the only other bottle I've been able to pull a grape note from was the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. I was able to taste the pour when I was visiting a buddy up in New York City. That bottle rocks my socks. This one is giving me like a more muted, version of that grape note. But again, paid $65 for this. I know that might be a little steep, but I don't know. For me to have one of these, paying $65, this is the most difficult bottle on this list to find. Very happy to have it. So if you ever have the opportunity to buy one of these, under $70, I definitely think it's a buy all day. So Eagle Rare store pick, love them. Big grape note. All right, and let's see the fourth bottle. We're gonna go with the Knob Creek Bourbon single barrel store picks. These things are phenomenal. They're 9, 10, even now jumping up to 11-year age stated store picks. They come in at 120 proof. So if you love that beam, nutty, chocolatey profile, these bottles are gonna be right up your alley. Best part is they're only about like $55. Now, some people might give these bottles a little bit of a hard time because they used to be the best value in bourbon because of this bottle right here. These were the 15-year, 120 proof, Knob Creek store picks. This one's from 2019. This is just an oaky Snickers bar in a bottle. This is arguably one of the best bottles that I have on my shelf currently. This bottle is almost as good. Just the sweet oak profile in this is just amped up a little bit more because of the extra age. But again, this bottle's no slouch. It's also findable for that $55 to $60 range. So if you love Beam, definitely go get yourself one of these. Don't sleep on them because people tell you about how good the bottles used to be. These are still amazing. Now, this last bottle is my personal favorite. Now, if I could only drink one bourbon, for the rest of my life, this might be it. So these are the Four Roses single barrel strength. This bottle is a Virginia ABC. This one's 10 years, 6 months old. These bottles range anywhere from like 105, 109 proof up to like 125, depending on the yeast strain and mash bill. So Four Roses, absolutely phenomenal bottles. I'm a big fan of the high rye. I think that extra rye and mash bill gives you a little bit of more spice kick. The oak profile on these just dances all over your tongue. I love how you get that big, bold punch of like that red berry fruitiness. And, the viscosity on these are very thick. So these bottles all day long, if you can find them. Now that I've been in the game for a few years and been hunting for these, I've been able to pick up like 5 or 6 of these. Prices on these can vary. Here in Virginia, state-controlled alcohol, this one was $99. Most of the time when I see these, they're like $119. And again, I am happy to pay that. And anytime I see one for $120, I will buy every single one that the store will allow me to because I personally love these. I've only had like 4 or 5 different of the yeast strains because Four Roses has 10 of them, 2 different mash bills, and 5 different yeast strains. So they give you 10 unique profiles in these. So I've only had about 5 of them, but again, this bottle right here is always going to be one of my favorite bottles on my bar. I do have the 2022 LE, and honestly, the oak punch I get out of this, I kind of prefer it a little bit more because it gives me a little bit more of a robust profile. So those are the 5, store picks. Just to go over them again, you have Four Roses, we had the Eagle Rare, We had the Old Forester. We have the Knob Creek. And then we also have the 1792. Now, I'm going to hit you with a little bit of an asterisk here because this is a brand that maybe not everybody knows about. This is the Lucky 7. This is the 14-year Proprietor. This bottle isn't a store pick, but they do make them. I've never found one. They're around like that $150 range. But this is 14-year-old, cask strength Barton distillate. So you're getting heavy oak, tons of caramel, all of that dark chocolate char with a little bit of that red berry fruitness. This is everything that you want in a high proof monster. I can only imagine how good, the single barrel picks of these are. So if you see Lucky 7, don't sleep on that brand because these bottles are amazing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you agree with my list, please let me know in the comments down below. Are there any bottles that I missed? Again, these are, some of the best store picks that I think money can buy. If you disagree, I'd love to hear from you. Again, this is Neat Bourbon. My name's Tanner. And as always, pop the bottles and share the pours. And we'll see you in the next one.